we're back again after the universe called us. Okay, right. So tell us about Amazon. You go in the point you're trying to make is that they're making it so easy to buy stuff that, you know, they're tracking these books, so you pick one up, it's on your body, you're holding it, facial recognition, whatever, bang, they send you the invoice.
Yeah, I guess my point was not so much they're trying to sell us stuff, which they are, but
Yeah.
they're collecting all this data on everyone. And so imagine if someone like Hitler had all that information or data.
Well, he
how
did,
he'd be able to
he sort of
control-
did. He did. It's exactly what Hitler did.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same thing. It's just that he did not have the technology that we've got.
You know, yeah, it was all done by paper. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was all-
However, he did
Yeah.
it though. He found out ancestry of people. He found out, okay, these people have got bad gene pool. They've got to produce. They
Yeah.
could produce kids that have one arm. You know.
Yeah.
So we'll sterilise. We'll kill them now.
Yeah, and you know how people are going to react too. So what they do is they know how people are going to react under different situations, things like this. So
Oh, they didn't even go into hospitals and say, "Oh, your son just passed away of pneumonia." Oh,
No.
he did. That's exactly what they did. And the king who abdicated, they used to call him the royal Nazi. He says, "Oh no, that's not such a bad idea. Unemployed people, okay, ones that don't want to work, we clip them. That's it. Homosexuals, that's it." However, in the Third Reich, it was okay if they were homosexual and they had their fun.
Yeah.
It was okay if they were drug addicts and alcoholics,
Yeah.
and most of those high-ranking Nazis were drug addicts, you know.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
And it's like, okay, we'll sit here, we'll kill everyone else to keep the population down. We'll have these cows.
Yeah, that's
Same as
basically-
Stalin.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Hitler was doing exactly what's being done now. It's just that the technology's different
Yeah.
now, and the media, social media, is more. What it says, it's social media. People can actually talk about it
Yeah.
like we are.
Yeah.
The difference is though that no one's got to come through the door and arrest us. I hope.
No, that's right. But you never know. One day, hey,
Look,
I'll tell you what, because I'm a flat earther, right?
Yeah.
And there'll be a lot of people. They'll be monitoring all flat earthers,
Yeah.
from what I understand. And who knows? You know, one day if someone doesn't come through your door, you know, once the new world order is established and they've got more control, who knows? We don't know.
Have people ever come through your door before to arrest you or search your house or anything?
No.
Right.
No, so that's, yeah.
Take you away and lock you up in the mental farm?
No.
No.
Yeah. Well, for what I just said, that probably does sound a bit mental to some people, but they should check it out.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to have an open mind about things. It's
Well,
good
before
as, you know.
before you debunk anything, you should research it. So you can't just say, oh, no, that's just bullshit or nonsense. But then if you think about the globe, and it's spinning 1,000 miles an hour, hurtling around the sun at 67,000 miles an hour, while hurtling through infinite space at like 600,000 miles an hour. Now that sounds like nonsense. For me, after my research, and I look outside and it seems like a stationary plane, a flat stationary plane. So, but hey, I mean, don't believe me. Do your own research, but don't debunk it.
Until you know.
And
it's
the only
fact.
reason people do that is because I've been indoctrinated since they were little babies and been growing up with the globe, and have never looked at anything else. And then you had the propaganda thrown at them through movies and television and everything else, and school
And isn't propaganda a very powerful tool?
Oh, it's huge, mate. That's why most people are finding out now that have searched the bottom of the rabbit hole like I have, and find out that most things that we've been taught is an absolute lie. Everything. And then now I'm into a health kick. I'm gone full vegan. You find that all the foods, like I'm gluten intolerant, everything, there's 90% of the food I can't even eat anymore. It's that contaminated with gluten and
Insecticides.
wheat, and then you've got the GE stuff. I mean, it goes on and on.
It does.
Hey, John,
It does.
and as people get older, like my mum's generation, a lot of them now are actually getting quite sick, and they're being diagnosed gluten intolerant, or even, in some cases a lot worse. And it's all diet related. So for me now, I want to start looking at that side of things.
What you put in your body.
Yeah. Because I don't want to end up one of these cancer victims, mate. And
No, look, I do know what you mean. I know, I cooked
Yeah.
for 7 years, I know all about food.
yeah, and you'll find that the
Yeah.
elitists and that have they eat only organic. Prince Charles, they all have their own gardeners doing organics. They won't eat the shit or the rubbish that we eat, mate. There's no way.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know that I'm going to have a garden this year, a good garden, definitely.
Yeah.
I was watching on it, I think it could have been YouTube or Sky, about the guy who's a cook, who's a country gardener, I think. His name's Hugh, and he cooks he grows everything himself. He's got his own restaurant and or his own centre, you know, and people come and they eat and they make their own alcohol, the cider, you know,
awesome.
beer,
All organic. Yep.
all organic. They make everything. Everything's made. You know, their own animals. They go out and trap rabbits or pigeons, everything.
Yep.
And it's moved to Australia now, and they're doing it there. And one of the best things that he did, this guy's I relate to him because I was a cook, okay? It's like, the best thing he did in the UK was he paired up people that had gardens and people who had space to have gardens, who weren't gardening, with people who wanted to garden.
Perfect. Hey, that's perfect.
And it's taken off, and so it's doing quite well. And I know in Dunedin here that the council has a program where if the community gets involved, they'll support you doing like a community garden.
Oh, yeah.
And some people are taking that up, and a lot of people aren't, though.
It's a great idea, because I think I got mates up in Auckland who's hanging to do some veggie growing. Like, he's a great gardener, but he's just under the pump all the time, trying to pay his mortgage and everything else, and it doesn't. There's no way. No one's got a piece of land that they're offering him to go grow on or nothing, you know. So that's a great scheme.
It is.
Should be more of it.
Yeah, here's one too. People in prison or whatever. Like, say someone's in for a driving offence or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's non-violent, non-sexual, non-drug offence. Okay, get them out, drop them off every morning at someone's house to put in a garden. You know what I mean? That sort of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
it's way more proactive.
Why not do that?
Yeah.
Because at the moment the justice system's not working. It's as which has been on the news. You know, they call it the Department of Corrections.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds pretty strong, eh?
Yeah, that's
Department
right.
of Corrections, which are really just advisors to the courts, Crown Prosecutor and Judge, and sentencing options, you know, rather than saying, well, hey, this is what will work for this person, and once they're in jail, we want them to do this. Now, if they were here now, they'd say, oh, we do that. The thing is, where it falls down is the staffing.
Yeah.
The management in these places go, oh, we don't have the staff for that, and the staff will go, oh, I don't want to take someone out and do that. You know, oh, it's danger issues.
Yeah.
So I'm not having a go at the Justice Department staff. It's like the human nature is, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm just comfortable in my own little job here. Don't know if I want to extend myself.
Yeah.
So how they could get around that is quite simply just employ one person to take out 10 inmates every day, monitor them, and that's 10 people out of the jail muster, you know?
Yep. And once consciousness rises or shifts up a gear, maybe things like this will start happening. But at the moment, I think with the way things are, I mean, what does each inmate, get, pay the government, through taxpayer money?
Probably, I don't know, it could be up to, some inmates, $1 million a year. I mean, I don't know, when I was working in the jails, it was like, I think it was like 80 to 90,000 or 100,000 a year to keep an inmate. It was cheaper to put them in a motel.
Yeah.
Then they could go on the pissy for a night.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
Exactly. But they don't want it that way. They want to collect the revenue, keep the people, throw them, lock them away, forget about them, because they don't care. There's no empathy from these people.
Well, people's picture of prison is different to the reality of prison itself. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
It's like prisons aren't too bad to be in when you lots of laughs, everyone's in the same boot, same camp, so to speak.
You wouldn't want to be in there though.
No, not really. But I'm just saying though, the only thing is you can't, go to the shop, but you can pretty much do most other things.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, like as a sentencing option.
I think it's a great idea.
In jail and off to doing Mrs. Smith's garden, like putting in a garden for her. Definitely they could do it. They could use those resources, and if they are worried about drug use or smuggling and all that, it's like just search them more thorough when they come back to the jail.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they do a lot of home detention nowadays, I suppose, but the jails are so full.
They do home detention. It's not structured though.
Yeah.
Whereas what I'm talking about is you're in control of that inmate. He's still a convict, an inmate. It's just that for 10 hours a day or 6 hours a day, whatever, he's at this house here, and you
Yeah.
make it like you soon get to know who can be left on their own and who can do good work.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
And you'll soon find people in the community that will say, oh, that's a good idea. Tell us a bit about this chap. He's in for drunk driving, okay?
yeah,
He's in for whatever, okay? We'll put him here and he can put a garden in for you.
yeah,
Then you've got a prison officer. All his job is taking those 10 inmates into, dropping them off at different addresses, then going around seeing that the work's getting done. You know,
probably shorten the sentence as
it
well.
would, it
Hey.
would shorten the sentence for the people. There's so many
Yeah,
benefits, it's
yeah.
not funny.
Yeah.
There are so many benefits to that. That is the very thing that will bring down the prison population. Those sort of incentives, those initiatives, that is what will help.
Yeah,
You know?
be nice to see.
Well,
that's for sure.
totally, because
Yeah.
it's, you know, your timing and preparedness. The time's right, people are getting prepared, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot
Well, humanity is all about helping each other too. At the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, supporting each
So-
other, get, you know, solution-based conversations like we're
Absolutely.
having, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting, eh? Like,
Well, it's interesting times we live in. I know that much. Hey, like through social media, all the information's out there now. You know, we can tap into anything we like.
yeah, we can. Unless, you know, it's interesting what I said before about the Nazis, okay?
Yeah.
And about the you know, I don't know what word they had, you know, test tube babies, you know what I mean? Like if you come from the, you know, lower end of the test tube, so to speak, you got killed.
Right.
Okay, you got
yeah.
put out of your misery.
Yeah.
And Goebbels and all that would go right into the ancestry of people, into everybody, and find out and take it right back, you know, and look at all the medical conditions, everything. And that's exactly the same as what's happening now. Like I said before, except the technology's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So isn't that
Well,
my mother used to say things always happen in patterns and things always
Yeah.
go back and happen again.
Well, they use the blueprint. This is the thing. The blueprint worked for them, so they just keep using it. It's like I could talk about religion's a blueprint, you know. And if you look at like in North Korea, where how I've just learnt that the grandfather, I think, is and the grandmother and the father who just died, they now have to be looked up to and respected and admired and worshipped. Basically, it's like the Trinity. So they're using the same blueprint structure for their family, for his family, as they do in religion, the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, and all this sort of stuff.
And yet a lot of his people are starving to death.
Yeah, yeah. But it's the same blueprint that's been used throughout history. If you go back to Zeus, you know, going back to the Roman times and paganism and all these, it's the same blueprint, just under different names. So, yeah, and that's why I believe now too that the solar system is another blueprint. You've got Jupiter and the Sun and Saturn, worshipping, sun worship. And so it just goes through, they just keep regurgitating the same old shit 'cause they know it works under a different banner. And we all fall for it every time because we watch it on TV, tele live vision, and we believe it because we watch it since that 2 years old, and we just believe it. We're brainwashed. We're all brainwashed. So
Well, when we stand up though and become unique and unusual and quirky, and we're not part of the mainstream, we've sort of, for whatever reason, we've withdrew from that. It's like we're not programmed like that.
no,
we're
but what can
unprogrammed.
we do though? We're still
Well,
in the
we're
system.
doing it now. We're doing it
Yeah.
now. It's like I feel like I've taken the last 15 or 16 years I've been out in the cold on purpose. Like I let go of everything. People said to me, what about all the good money you're making? You know, what about your money? They couldn't believe
Yeah,
it. Couple
yeah.
oh, it's all about
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
And I said,
well,
oh,
that's
that's all
right.
right, I'll let go of it.
Yeah.
Well, what about the status? I'll let go of it.
Yeah.
Let go of it, you know.
Yeah, well, money's an
let go of
interesting one.
everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm
Yeah.
at that place too now, John. And it was through some hard lessons, which I think I may have discussed in previous shows, I'm not sure. But yeah, where people were taking advantage of me and I'd lost everything. And when you get to that point and then you have to reevaluate and then you do allow things to, you let things go and it gets easier and easier. It's like breaking up with a chick. Hey, and you've done that a few times, and it's like get to the third girlfriend and she's gone, or fourth girlfriend, and it gets easier. Hey, the first cut's the deepest, as they say.
Yeah.
So,
I know what you mean. The
yeah,
first
so-
cut is the deepest.
Yeah, so then it gets easier. You let go, and then money. You can let go of money. It gets easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something my son said to me when I was away in Christchurch. We're talking about money and being open for that. And he says that's all right, Dad. He says, but you have to let it stick to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
now that's important too. So it's not just about having money; it's about it sticking to you.
Or one that I kind of like is let it come through you, because energy's like money's like an energy. So let that money filter through you. Don't push it away. Absolutely not, because we all need it. But let it come through you and just grab it as you need it, whatever you need.
That's what I feel like. And I have been asking the universe for money. I've been asking it to walk right through the door, and I said that about a month ago, and this guy comes tripping right through the door, and I thought, oh man! And it was all about money. And then I got a new fridge yesterday. Someone gave me a fridge.
Awesome.
It's a second-hand fridge, but it
looks pretty new.
It's pretty flash fridge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty flash
It's a
fridge.
good model too.
Yeah, it is a good model. So things are coming to me, actually.
And that means that you're on the right frequency, doesn't it?
It does. I've been a bit glum today and yesterday. A little bit glum since I've got back. Not totally. A little bit glum.
Reflection or
just people misleading you, or not really misleading you, misleading themselves and lying about, or just getting on with their own life in their own particular way. And it's like we hurt the ones we love, and we hurt the ones that love us. It's like they might not be hurting themselves. It's like they hurt the ones they love, and they don't realise it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they do realise
it.
It's
sad to see too.
Yeah, it's very sad to see,
Yeah.
So for like a drug addict myself, recovering one, it's like I see and feel what it's like when those that are close to you use drugs as well, and the negative effect that has. And in the past, I think it's not that I wasn't aware of that. It's more people that were in drugs, I didn't care about them the same way.
Yeah.
I think I care about them a lot deeper now, especially some people I care a great deal.
Well, you know how much it probably affects their lives, it hurts them.
Oh, it hurts them and it hurts those that love them, and it's destructive all around.
Yeah.
And, New Zealand at the moment's got an awesome drug problem. It didn't used to have it, but now it has.
Yeah,
it has
the P.
Yeah,
talking about the P
big drug problem, and I mean, it's like whoever imported those drugs into the country, and I think I know where it come from now too. On the news, they got this Chinese guy got 15 years jail, 8 containers, 122 million worth of methamphetamine. However, 8 containers had got 2 lots of 5 or 2 lots of 8 containers had got in 2 years ago. Same process. So there would have been a big stockpile, and that's what they would have been dishing out.
And that's probably just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it?
Probably is, but it's still a big tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, no, it's no good actually, and it causes a lot of anger in people. I've been associated with people too that have been in.
Well, they don't sleep for 3 days.
Yeah. Well, I had a mate that didn't sleep for 8 days. I was like, frickin' heck, man. You loose dude.
Yeah. It's like it's just too much.
Yeah, and he was suicidal, and I turned up at his birthday one day, and he couldn't even remember I was there. He was wasted. I gave him a present, and he threw it away. And I said, "Oh, fuck you, man. I'm out of here." And he was threatening suicide, and it was all, I don't know what it was all about. And,
it's because he had too many drugs and didn't sleep.
Yeah.
And then he let his, instead of thinking and imagining good things, he's paranoid and thinking bad things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so common, and it's written down everywhere. It's on social media, it's on the TV, and yet we go and have a snort, or we have a smoke of it,
And he was living in a hovel, place reeked, it stunk. Yeah.
Terrible,
Yeah, he lost his job.
It goes on and on and on,
Yeah.
I know, I've met some wonderful people that were addicted, who were really well addicted.
Yeah, and even alcohol's another one too, eh?
It is, and it's probably worse, definitely, it's the worst abused drug in the country, alcohol.
Yeah.
It's just where people get tripped up, it's legal, so they think, it's all right.
I know when I was younger, I knew some fellas that were like top of their athletics, things like this, and in good shape, and then the got hooked on the piss, and that was it, all gone, all over. Hey, just become full blown piss heads, where they had such promising sort of careers even in athletics and stuff.
That's right.
But it comes down to, I think, maybe it's is it insecurities of yourself, or what is it that
Well, addiction and that they say is a disease. They say you have a drink, the drink has a drink, and the drink has you.
yeah,
Well, you know, it's like anything. It's like we imagine ourselves being drunk all the time or getting out of it, feeling good. And when you're out of it like that, you're in a groove, okay? And it can be cool sometimes. Hey, I'm cruising. It's fucking excellent, you know? No problem, especially if you've got a girlfriend to do it with.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Or a mate, you know, that you hang out with. It's great fun.
yeah,
Until you get a bit older and the party goes, you know,
Yeah.
and that's when you
The
have a
novelty
drug,
wears
the
off.
drug has a
Yeah.
drug, and the drug has you, and you're using drugs to feel normal.
Yeah.
You're not even getting that same buzz. You're getting a buzz that if I don't have it, I'll get sick.
In fact, I know people that actually alcoholics that take a drink and they become a totally different person.
Oh man,
Like,
totally.
become
Yeah,
absolute
yeah,
arseholes.
They do. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just add alcohol, instant arsehole.
Yeah, instant arsehole.
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
believe it. This guy I thought was going out with my mum, thought he was the nicest guy, and he hadn't had a drink for years. And then he started hooked back into it, and he turned up and he was accusing my mother of stealing his bike and all this nonsense, getting quite aggressive, and it freaked my mum out actually.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that. But yeah, but I've got a question for you, an interesting
Yep,
question.
ask me.
Now, spirits, right?
Yep.
Now I've heard two things on spirits.
Yep.
I don't know what to think of this. So, some people say spirit. It's called spirits or spirits because it invokes the spirits in you, the demons or
Oh,
whatever,
yeah,
the
yeah,
spirits.
yeah.
And another channel which I quite like, he says no, this is called spirits because that's the essence of the food, like the potato, let's say. So that's the spirit of the potato that's been turned into vodka.
It's a good. Probably I'd go with that one.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Spirits are like, that's a good way to look at it. I don't know if that's philosophical or whatever. Or
It's very
scientific, you know.
It's very philosophical, I'd imagine, knowing the guy's channel that I follow. But then, having said that, people that say that you invoke, it's called spirits because you invoke the spirits into you.
It's like that when you drink a lot of spirits, and it's something I do know about. You drink a 3/4 of a bottle or half a bottle of rum, okay? 40-ounce bottle of that, you're certainly in a different groove, and you're certainly it's definitely a spiritual experience of some kind. I don't know if it's that positive. It's okay.
So you could invoke you could invoke spirits. At
Oh, you mean
time?
like on the other side, like?
Yeah, demons or spirits. So that's why it's.
Well,
they call it,
I think if you believe in the goodness in the universe, there's definitely the opposite to that. You know, yin and yang, and they say in the Bible that this is what I've heard the evangelists saying, that it's not a good thing to talk about the negative side of things, the spirits. It's not. Don't give them any focus.
Yeah.
So when you give them focus, you give them a way to come in.
Yeah.
So when you drink alcohol, you get loose. Your resistance
Right,
to things
yeah.
down. Things can enter. You use drugs. You get oversexed. Whatever. It's like it's a conduit for. It's a conduit for something to jump on the back of it and enter into you.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you go out and you do these really destructive things, and you think, fuck man, how come that happened? And it's like, that wasn't me. People go, oh, that wasn't me. I'm really sorry. Oh no, did I do that?
Yeah,
Oh no, did
yeah.
I do that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, people
Yeah.
do that. It's
Yeah.
common, and that's one way to look at it.
Yeah, so I believe that. I believe that some people do have entities attached to
Oh,
themselves.
totally. You've seen people that instant arseholes that drink alcohol,
Yeah.
or people that change. They see a woman comes in the room and they're drunk or half drunk.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean? It's
right,
like they
yeah.
change.
Yeah,
Not everyone. It's
Yeah.
like people change,
do,
and
man.
they exhibiting pathological behaviour,
Yeah.
like real raw base behaviour. See what I'm saying? Base behaviour.
yeah. No, that is raw-based
Yeah.
behaviour, and that's why you get a lot of violence.
Rather than intellectually
Yeah.
minding it with someone, or hearting it with someone, a feeling, imagination.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like base. You're cocking it with someone.
yeah. That's why alcohol is a very low-level vibration, isn't it?
Oh, of
really?
course it is. All
Yeah.
those drugs are.
Yeah.
You know, look.
What about weed? I mean,
Well, I mean, weed's pretty much the same. I mean, I don't mind smoking marijuana. The thing is, though, that I don't mind smoking it occasionally.
it's not low-level like alcohol, though, is it? I mean, the old masters and
Oh,
saints used to-
people can get. You can get wound up on any drug.
Can you? Yeah.
It depends
Yeah.
on what's on the back of it, and how open you are to it.
Yeah.
Or
you
how
don't
not
normally
open
get
you
too
are.
aggro, though, on weed, do you? Not
No,
usually.
well, I don't know. People tend to. Well, I used to use it as like a cap on top of other drugs. It wasn't my primary drug of choice. It was a drug of choice I'd have after I'd had a lot of alcohol or other drugs, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't, though I have woke up in the morning and got stoned, it's like, that wasn't me. And I've met people that are addicted to marijuana. They get up first thing in the morning and they're fiending for it.
Yeah.
Then you give them an ounce of weed, they'll just smoke it all up in a couple of days.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
No worries.
Yeah, I know. I was never quite that bad, but I was a big pot smoker, but I was associated with some heavy. Cause I used to live up the East Coast. And
growers, outdoor growers.
I was surrounded by growers, mate. And so it was, I mean, you'd be smoking, I don't know how many joints a day, because people were coming around and be rolling up 30 joints a day, no worries. End up with a massive headache at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It was about all way. But it was just a social thing too. Everyone would go, oh, hey, what do you got, man?
Well, it is a social thing, and there is a better attitude to it than when you're drinking. Then again, if you're a professional drinker, there can be a good attitude with drinking too. You're in with drinking schools. And look, I've been to, and when I used to go to Littleton with my brother sometimes, we'd go to the pub at 8:15 in the morning.
Yeah,
you know,
so that's the regulars.
Yeah, and people, and it was packed.
Yeah.
And then people would go home and go, I'll go down for have a sleep. I'll be back at the afternoon session.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
Yeah. And they become part of the furniture, don't they?
Totally part of the furniture. And it's like, it was a good feeling for a young person. I loved it. I thought, oh, this is great.
Yeah. It's funny you bring up some memories for me. I mean, I remember when I was 18, going to the Brownsy and go there and I'd sometimes, you do that, like you say, get on the piss for a couple of days or whatever. But then I went back to Browns Bay, went to Brownsy not so long ago, and so this is going back years now. I'm thinking, fuck, is that the same guy still sitting there over there?
Probably was, yeah.
They had the same haircut and the same look. I think, yeah.
Probably was,
And that's the sad part about it. Even though he's probably just been a harmless drunk and he hasn't caused too much problems, but his life, he hasn't moved on because he hasn't moved out of that seat.
He's not expensive, and he hasn't made a connection with anything else except that jug of beer.
Yeah, and that his pub.
Yeah, and his pub. It's my pub. Yeah. Like there's a pub in Ravensbourne, and on the bar on the wall it's got, this is so and so's corner.
Right, exactly.
And I've met so and so, and he has been there every night.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and if he turns up, you better get out of his chair.
That's right. They go, that's so and so's corner.
Yeah.
I know so-and-so and his brother.
Yeah. No, it's funny, eh?
It is funny,
Yeah.
What people get used to and regulars. Yeah, and there's nothing, I mean, I did used to enjoy going to that pub at 8:15 in the morning with my brother and having that 2-hour session.
Yeah, you meet some hard cases.
Oh, of course you do. Of course you meet some hard cases and you have a good laugh and everything. And because those people knew my brother, they accepted me straight away. And so you accepted into a situation like that, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good experience, but not to go on for 30 years.
Oh, it didn't go on for more than 30 years.
No, but
I know.
Yeah, it's good to experience all sorts of different things in life. For me personally, I like it.
Variety.
Yeah,
you like variety.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I look into different things, investigate different things, and that's how we learn.
So you're open to new things.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm a flat earther. You've got to be pretty open.
Oh, you have to be pretty open to your flat earther.
So yeah. And also, just talking about alcohol again, spirits in particular, It's got the same guy that I follow was Zen. He reckons that alcohol does not cause fatty liver.
It does.
No, he said.
What is it? Lack of food? Or?
He said, well, you think about it, pure alcohol, it's got no fat in it. How can pure alcohol cause fatty liver?
Well, that's what they say.
That's what they say. Yeah, but
first sign of alcoholism, fatty liver.
Yeah, but it's got to be diet related because he said you think about it, pure alcohol, it's got no fat in it.
Yeah, it's not pure alcohol, is it? That we have. It's flavoured.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's got sugar.
It's got sugar. It's got things in it. It's not pure.
So alcohol in itself is what he's saying.
May not do it at all.
If you break it down to the spirit of alcohol, you can actually use to clean. Does not cause fatty liver. So as you say, it's all the shit that you mix it with the Coca-Cola. Then you gave some hot chips and all this and that. So they associate it with alcohol and lifestyle, but they blame it on the alcohol.
Well, that's heroin. It doesn't actually hurt the body. Pure heroin.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle that goes with it. You get slack. You don't want to brush your teeth. You think, oh, I can't be bothered brushing my teeth.
Right. Yeah.
You think, oh, I won't go out today unless you don't do any exercise. You get fat.
Right.
And it sounds weird. Heroin addict, fat. That's what happens when they've been a heroin addict for a while.
Right. So heroin doesn't it give you bad teeth?
No, it doesn't give you bad teeth. You get bad teeth because you don't brush them, because
Right.
you're out of it on
There you go,
heroin,
see?
and things seem all right.
I learned something new today.
Yeah, that's right. It's, yeah. And if you think about it, well, this is factual. Like, Australia had one of the biggest cocaine rates in the world in the 1920s or 30s, and then in the 60s and that, it had the biggest heroin consumption. Yeah,
Wow.
you know what I mean? It was
Yep.
legal then. But it did.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
it did, you know. And it hasn't really changed. They still have a huge heroin issue there,
Yep.
and they have a huge cocaine issue as well.
Yeah, well, I guess it's ingrained into society in a way, isn't it?
Well, I think so.
You know?
Well, we get big populations of people, and you can get away with a lot more than you can in smaller populations like where we live. It's difficult to do those sort of things. I think if we were given a kilo of heroin or cocaine today, and we started selling it at 12 o'clock today, I think the police would know about it by 2 o'clock.
True. Wow.
That's what I think personally. That's after working in that criminal justice area for a long time, and just watching people, as well as being in the criminal world as well. It's like things happen, man, just bang. Everyone has their day, everyone has their moments, but to consistently have a moment in that world is very difficult in a small city, whereas in a big city,
Yeah.
you get away with it.
Yeah. Well, and that's what's I quite like about Auckland in a way, is because
You can get lost.
Yeah, absolutely, and you never see someone you recognise,
Mm.
you know, and that's only 1.5 million people.
That's right.
You come down to Dunedin, and before you know it,
Oh, you're bumping into everyone. The same person 3 times. I've seen you 3 times today already.
Yeah.
You know?
and I like that side of it too. So yeah. But then it can get quite. And then where we live, especially John, it's
Even
more.
smaller where we live. Yeah.
It's-
We could give people a look if they want to. Would you just like to have a look out the window?
Yeah, it was a beautiful.
Yeah,
day.
we would. Okay, I think they said they would. Okay, do you want to turn them round, and I'll give them the tour.
Okay, mate. Well,
Okay,
we'll
look
follow.
out this window.
We'll
here.
follow you first.
Follow me. All right. The Ferengis. No. Look out the window here, you see? Look out the window. Can you see it? Look at that.
Hope it's not too bright.
No. See? And we'll go at the front. Don't let them see the fridge and freezer out here. But follow me through. Okay. You're following. That's right. Keep it high. Keep it high.
As long as you can see yourself there, John, you'll be.
Yeah. Okay. Come out here, everybody. Look out here at this. This is what you call $1 million view, eh? Look at that. Fantastic, eh?
This is where John lives.
This is-
I just live just around the corner.
Yeah, Steve lives around the corner. He gets a great view too. As one of our neighbours said, we all get good views in Osborne.
Absolutely.
It's just that they're a bit different.
Yeah, that's right.
So we'll go back inside again.
Yeah, mate.
Come on, follow me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Come back in. Fantastic.
Some bit of variety.
Oh yeah, it's great.
How's
Look at
that, mate?
Oh, that's excellent. I'll pull it down so we can see ourselves. We're just there.
Yep, sweet as.
Look at that. So we're not even techno people, and yet look. Let's give them a good look at us. See, it looks like it's like slow, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but what
It is a bit slow, yeah.
What I did notice when I was away was that YouTube is very addictive, and the camera is very addictive. It's like there's a real feel good comes out of it. Because I was watching Mick Jagger in that, and he's like 72 years of age.
Awesome, still rocking hard.
Still with the camera though. AC/DC, still
True.
with the camera. Even Elvis, still with the camera. It's like it's a real gratifying thing to put yourself out and be looked at, or look at yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, if you break it right down to it, for me, was funny. I was talking about this with my son, and he's posted something on Instagram, and he's going, Dad, I've got 150 likes in one day. He said, oh man, and he's watching it, and he says, oh, I'm going to be famous, Dad. I said, oh, do you want to be famous, do you, son? He goes, yeah, that'd be real cool. Don't you want to be famous, Dad? I said, no, why would I don't want to be famous. He said, oh, no, it'd be real cool to be famous. So that's these young generation have grown up loving the camera. He's even got his own YouTube thing.
He's like us. I was thinking though, I watched Justin Bieber on TV, and like he's like the young Elvis, and
Or she.
and he's like mobbed by paparazzi everywhere he goes, and it's like you can see he's pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Not all the time. He's pretty user friendly. However, it's like It's like, oh, really? I want to go out with my girlfriend. Can you just give me
Yeah.
some space, please? And they're going, oh, come on, Justin, we put you there. Come on, we're working. Come on, Justin.
Yeah.
Acting like they're his mates
Oh, I'll
and that.
get to you. Absolutely.
I don't think your son sees that point of it.
No.
He's probably thinking of the Ferrari
Yeah.
and the Harley Davidson and the big
That's right.
house
It's all
and the nice
external.
girls. It's, oh, wonderful, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gold bars, cool.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And for you and me, and he watches those YouTube channels. That's just nothing but rubbish.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So hopefully we're putting something out there that's not rubbish.
Oh no, this isn't
Yeah.
rubbish. This is,
Yeah.
my friends that I was talking to the other day. I won't say where he works, but he's an award-winning author. He's had his own TV programs that he's been on, you know, as a host and all that. And we had a good conversation about social media and about the mainstream media. And he says it's great, you know. He says now you can get on there like we have,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
we got our own channel on TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've got Sky TV here, and you've got Vice, which is about different things, which is quite topical, you know. That's about the closest thing to what we have. Have you seen Vice?
No, I don't watch TV.
Okay, they talk
Yeah.
about, they have marijuana things, they have lots of drug
Oh,
stuff, they have
okay,
homosexuality things, lesbian things, they have topical things in the world, but quirky and right there.
Well, that
you know?
sounds good, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like things like this can develop and grow into something, and that's what me and Steve want to do. It's not about being famous, it's about getting heaps and heaps of numbers, you know. And so we want to get better and better and better. So we've got to crawl before we can walk, and then we've got to walk before we can run, and then we've got to run hard.
Yeah.
And when we do run hard, we'll ask you to ask 2 people to watch us. And then we'll ask those 2 people to ask 2 more people. So my challenge to you is to get a little Dunedin YouTube channel, lots and lots of subscribers, lots of people watching it. And our commitment or contract to you is to provide excellent content so that it's very interesting and you enjoy it. How's that sound?
Sounds good, mate. And as Rachel says, it won't happen
No,
overnight.
that's right, yeah.
But it will happen.
Yeah, and I've got a
Yeah.
joke for you today. The perfect woman, 3 foot tall with a flat head. I'll leave you, I won't tell you the answer, but I'll leave you with that and see if you can work the answer out for yourself. Okay, shall we
Yeah.
bring it to an end?
Yeah, well, I'll just add something.
you add something to it, yeah.
You were talking about Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And this might come as a surprise to you or not. But especially in the music industry and the movie industry, there's a lot of transgenders.
Yeah.
Check it out. Justin Bieber is actually a girl. But there we go.
Oh, okay. All right. See you later, guys.
See you later.
All right.